This is the Sailor 1911S. S is for standard. The company, or the Sailor Company, was founded back in 1911, so this pen is actually a celebration of the year that they were founded. The company still operates today out of Japan. An interesting story about this company is actually a man named Nobuyushi Nagahara, just retired recently at the age of 83 years old. He worked for Sailor Pens for more than 60 years, specializing their nibs and conducting pen clinics around the world. Kind of neat. So anyway, let's show you what comes in a 1911 standard size box. You can see that there are Sailor writing instrument instruction manual comes with it. There is the standard converter that comes with all Sailor pens. And there's two cartridges. What's interesting about the cartridges for Sailor is they're flexible, so you can actually squeeze them to force air down the pen and out of your nib to kind of get started writing faster. I like that. So let's go ahead and show you a little bit more about the pen. The Sailor, it takes about 3 turns to uncap the pen. The beautiful nib, the 1911S actually comes with a 14 karat gold nib, where the 1911L, which stands for large, comes with a 21 karat gold nib. So just a slightly different in terms of feel. This nib is engraved with an anchor, which is the traditional Sailor trademark that's on all of their nibs. There's also some filigree work that you can kind of think of, I like to think of as a rope kind of around the anchor. It's really neat. And if I put this cap back on, I can show you the pen clip itself is tension fit, so it'll slide in your pocket rather easily, and you can just kind of tense it right around your edge of your pocket. There's a raised cap band that's engraved with the word Sailor Pen, founded 1911. There's, like I said, about 3 turns to get the cap on and off. This pen is actually cartridge or converter, like I showed you, but I'll show you what the actual cartridges look like inserted. So I'm going to remove the back here. This is the cartridge, quite a bit longer than the Sailor converter, holds more ink. This is the actual converter that comes with it side by side, so you can see there's a lot more ink to be stored in the actual cartridges than there are in the Sailor converters, which kind of odd, but I guess not really. Some pen companies just make smaller capacity converters than they do cartridges. There's also a version of this pen called the Realo, R-E-A-L-O, that's a piston fill. You can find that online as well. And this is an extremely well-balanced pen, writes really well. The only pen that has a better nib that's in the 14 karat gold variety, well, I guess the Parker Sonnet would come close, but actually the big brother of this pen, the 1911S, or I'm sorry, the 1911L for large, has the 21 karat gold nib, and it's a dream to write with. Just slightly better feel than this pen. So this one is about 132 millimeters capped, 114 millimeters uncapped, 10 millimeters at its widest point, which would be right at this cap band here, and then 8 millimeters at the grip point, which is where you would hold the pen, which would be about right here, 8 millimeters. It comes in an extra fine, fine, medium, broad, zoom, and music nib, so pretty much a very broad selection, no pun intended. It also comes in black, ivory, blue, red, yellow. There's also a 1019 series of the 1911S. That's actually what this pen is part of. If you look, it has the black derby and the black barrel end, although the rest of the pen is blue. They make the 1911S standard that's the entire thing is blue, including both ends. So that's the only difference here. They run the same price, roughly $100 US. So if you wanted to see this right real quick, we'll do 1911S for standard. And like I said, this pen writes beautifully well, and the feel, it feels gorgeous. The only pen in recent history that writes even close to this nib would be the 1911L, which writes even better than this one does in terms of feel. This is considered this is a broad nib, that's what they shipped me, but it doesn't look broad on paper, so I'm not sure how Sailor categorizes the line width, but it doesn't really feel broad. Anyway, I have a lot of pictures of this pen on my website at bestfountainpen.com. If you'd like to check out more detailed review, you can look there. Also, if you just want to see it size comparison to the 1911 large, this one I have in my hand, that's the standard. This is the large. Let me see if I can get that viewpoint for you. So you can see there's a little bit of difference in terms of width, and it's about 1 millimeter or so. But if you, I'll just take off the lids or caps real quick, sorry. I just want to show you the nibs. The one on top is the 1911 L, that's the large. And you can tell right away that that nib's a little bit larger than its brother or cousin. And it's also the one on the top is the L. It's the 21 karat gold, solid gold nib, where the one on the bottom is the 1911S, and it's got the 14 karat gold, solid gold nib. Both absolutely beautiful pens, although the 1911L does have a finer writing quality with it. If you have any questions, let me know. Please enjoy my website at bestfountainpen.com. You can also see better pictures of both of these pens if you're interested in close-ups. Thanks so much.